Hi,
Hey.
we're Firestorm. I'm Phoenix,
And I'm Mike.
and this.
Zeandre here.
Whoop whoop. And
Yeah.
Dante, say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a talker. He's a jerk. He's a jerk. All in love, though. All in love, right?
He loves everyone.
Right.
I was gonna say because he just met Zeandre, and I don't get yelled at like that, so he must love you more than he loves me. But yeah,
Some
Is that what we're calling you?
yeah, because you get it all the time.
We're Firestorm.
That's a tornado, right?
That is the.
There's your fire. Yeah, so we just wanted to come and talk with you guys today or this evening.
Just say hi, really.
Yeah, most definitely, and introduce you to our friend who is a awesome lyricist. He's we'll let him tell you more about himself, but what are we talking about today? What's our message?
We are talking about everything and anything.
Mm-hmm.
Positive, though. Positive vibes. We were actually we met him through karaoke, right?
Yeah.
Actually, we met through karaoke. So this is just a karaoke of sorts.
Yeah, that's
We all realized our love for music and wanted to get together, and he expressed his interest in poetic writing.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, poetic writing, and that turned into musical writing and a published song that he has, which sounds super dope, and that we're gonna try and see if we can elaborate on.
most definitely.
Yeah.
So at this point, he's more of an accomplished artist than us per se. I'll say definitely me, because he already has something.
I
That's
mean, I've been
published.
on TV, though.
Yeah, I've been on TV in Japan.
That
Oh,
still
hey.
counts. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
That
right.
still counts. You know,
Exactly.
international.
Yeah.
I'm still domestic.
So I got my international fame a little bit.
Yeah. So
Really.
what was that about?
That was a. I can't really call it a quartet right now, but it was a group that I was a part of this Buddhist organization. We were going to California to be a part of this vocal competition, but it was a religious competition. It was probably one of the best times of my life. We met in Aliso Viejo, California, to all these groups from around the nation to kind of compete for the what were we trying to do? We were trying to see who was the best, I guess, singer who could make like the best group, rather, who could make the best message that spread joy, peace, and light, essentially, because that's what the Buddha.
But this was it was shown in Japan.
Yeah, it was shown in Japan because the organization that I'm a part of is called the Soka Gakkai International, which is a lay Buddhist organization that is founded in Japan.
Why did that remind me of like a group in Naruto? The Sogokakai.
Because that's a Japanese word, maybe.
Oh,
It was like,
I'm not racist, I promise you.
So yeah, it makes sense.
And then I used to be part of a local funk group here in Houston, the Soul Creatures. So there was that, and we were on TV a few times. So
You weren't just on TV. You were on Deborah Duncan.
Yeah, good day, Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the back. I was doing my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You've been on
Still
TV?
Houston. I don't think I have.
On the
No.
radio?
No, not on the radio. Either,
But
no.
your podcast.
Podcast,
Whoop,
yeah.
whoop.
On
See?
my podcast.
Hello.
Simply Z.
Simply Z.
That's the name of it. Simply
Y'all better
Z.
check it out.
Yeah, we need to check it out.
Yeah, most definitely.
But so we were discussing. Actually, my favorite conversation of the night was his song "No,"
Mm-hmm.
and then we got into Deborah Cox.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Yeah. I tried it over and over. Night
I don't know the words.
says no.
Y'all can see I can't even find the harmony. 'Cause
That wasn't even the right key. It was,
the harmony wasn't supposed to be here, apparently.
Oh,
That's hilarious. So, essentially, we got to talking, and he was telling us about how some of his writing was born from depression.
correct, yes. My published song, which is not publicly released, but my published song I wrote about what I was feeling, and it talks about depression. I suffered depression for about 15 years now, and it is a serious matter, and it needs to be talked about more. I'm a big advocate on mental health, and we just spread the word on that. So the song talks about, me going through depression basically, but it also talks about finding hope, because I always find hope getting out of whatever I'm going through. So, yeah.
That's awesome, though. That's really awesome. He was saying that he's not a musician, but he is. I mean, right? He may not be a singer vocally, but he writes down what he's vocalizing, right? And so that's what we're here for.
Exactly.
So we're gonna make it a vocal thing. I'm really excited about it.
I mean, it's No had already been created right into vocalized by someone, but it wasn't really what you're looking for.
No, that was the other one.
Around I Go.
Oh,
that was Around I Go.
Song,
Yeah, no, we heard him vocalize.
Yes, you're right. You're correct.
Yes.
Which, by the way, he doesn't consider himself to be a singer, but there was some runs and stuff in there.
You can tell that he listens to Destiny's Child.
Hello.
Beyonce, because there were some very familiar.
No. Yeah. You hear that? Did you hear it, though?
And he had a little bit of vibrato in there too.
Let me find out. He's a lie. He's just a lie.
But he does like karaoke, so he's familiar with a stage.
Exactly. With karaoke, I met these two gentlemen at karaoke. That's how I met them.
Yes. Oh my God, we're just all sorts of karaoke.
Yeah, we are. Because I host karaoke. I feel like even before I started hosting karaoke, definitely we
At
met.
JR's.
Yeah, met at JR's.
At the neighborhood,
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh.
There we go. We got it.
oh, dang! I tried to do the Tamar.
Mine doesn't come out on command. Like, I only get it by a fluke. Most of the time, it sounds like this.
He farts on command, though.
I do. I can burp on command too.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
A lot at night.
Sometimes. Shut up.
I was pointing to him.
Oh, okay. Well, I felt it in my spirit, so
His
you were
spirit
pointing.
felt it.
He was pointing that way, but
We're fools, but
we are.
this is what it's about, though, right? Like just finding positivity in anything, even if it means just like, I don't want to say bull, man, just fooling around. I was gonna be like fooling.
Oh, well, I think also what did you just say? Say that again.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how we're not scripted, y'all. And we're speaking from the heart as well. What I was saying was what I wanted to speak on it also was about your depression, because everybody kind of deals with it and or has it some level of it. And I've dealt with depression, and before I did deal with the depression, I never knew that I could possibly be in that situation. You know what I mean? So I feel like everybody has had some form of depression in their lives, some degree of it, and I think it's important for us, especially as men, we'll say, to talk about our depression. The not the fact that we're gay men, that too, but like as men, like a lot of males
You're
don't.
gay?
Oh, I thought I told you. I'm sorry. I thought you knew me better. Right? No, but like I think it's important, for us to speak out about these things, because we could help somebody who may look like us, may be from a similar background, or may just find something in our story. So it's important for us to realize that we have a voice.
For real. Mental health, depression is no joke. It's no joke. I mean, somebody could be going through the most, in the way you interpret it, the most asinine thing, right? But it's huge to them. So don't ever put down or what's the word that I'm looking for?
It's not impede.
Like compress or
something of that nature. Yeah, most definitely. Don't think less of
Don't diminish.
Diminish.
Yeah, don't diminish what they're feeling. Actually, in high school, that's something that I did with someone that I guess I would call a friend now, but at the time we weren't really friends. And it was always something with her, always. And she was constantly threatening to commit suicide, and nobody ever believed her. It was crazy until one day we found out that she hanged herself.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was the craziest thing, and it threw it threw a lot at me, because I'm like, man, like, something that was so trivial to me was her entire life. It engulfed her entire life. And so I've had to live with that for the longest time, and it's not cool. It doesn't feel good. So, and I don't allow that to keep me in a negative space. Like that's one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing. Yeah. But every once in a while, it catches me, and I'm just like, damn, if I had just reached out or believed her just one time, maybe she would still be here. Yeah. So, yeah,
I think that's important. And you mentioned high school. I when I was in high school, I ran with a lot of different groups of people. Well, not necessarily. Actually, a lot of people enjoyed my company. So I had friends from the smelly girl on the bus who smelled like cat pee. And my friends were like, "Why are you friends with her?" You know what I mean?
I like cats.
It wasn't even that, right? I've always kind of been, I like cats, but never had one. But it's always been something that I've always wanted to connect with people and try to help them through. Not even help them through, just kind of be there for them to, to be able to enjoy someone's energy because I feel like I'm innately positive, but I do have some negative aspects about me as well. But I love to connect with people energetically. So it doesn't really matter what you look like, what you smell like, what you where you come from. I've always been a person who wanted to, connect with people, and I'm glad that I've become so close with Phoenix. Become so close friends with Phoenix, and also
Phoenix,
right?
I'm Phoenix.
And
That's cute.
right, and Ziandre as well. Like just to have met him. This is only the third time I've met this guy, but when I met him the first time, I connected with his energy. He's very positive, very smiles, and it's a genuine smile.
And he picks the greatest songs to sing for karaoke.
He does.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
most definitely.
So, kind of briefly here, tell us about Simply Z.
So Simply Z is a podcast I started last year. I talk about topics from, of course, mental health to relationships, friendships, jobs, just basically in everything. And I started the podcast because I just wanted to spread, my voice and the gay community, especially, of course, and just that we're all connected and we all go through things and we also achieve things. And I just want to be real. And that's what my podcast is. It's just real subjects, real matters.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, and we kind of touched on it about how we kind of feel even ourselves now, we kind of feel like outcasts sometimes. I know me especially within the gay community, because I don't know if you could tell, but there's a lot of sexy going on right here.
Right.
But even in the gay community, people like to look past me because I'm not GQ, and then me being open about my HIV status and my Black Lives Matter advocacy, and God, I love this tattoo.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. And we were kind of talking about that I know for me personally, I feel better in hanging out in the straight community because there's less I feel less judgment, at least outward judgment, right? People don't come up to me and talk smack or make me feel like they're looking at me and talking smack within their clique. Like I can go to the karaoke bar here close to my house. It's a straight karaoke sports bar, and
there's some family there too.
Oh yeah, there's some family there too, but it's predominantly straight, and they love me, and they've welcomed me into their family and stuff like that. So I kind of want to bring awareness to that too, because I feel like we're not doing as well as we should as far as welcoming people within our own community. We need to work on that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to work on that.
I agree with that 100% coming from your perspective, because I know, like, the first time I went to the karaoke bar here, as soon as we walked in the door, they were like, Phoenix, and everything. I think, I've in places that I think people like me, I've never gotten as much love. so that's
You should start coming to the straight bar.
No, just playing. Well, maybe I should. But yeah,
Reno's, by the way, if you're out in Houston, it's in the Clear Lake area. Reno's, it's on NASA Road 1 and 45. Yeah.
It's an amazing bar. Great energy. Everybody seems to be very cool there and very welcoming, no matter what.
It's a lot of love. It's a lot of love there. Yeah.
You know.
So we're gonna go ahead and go, but we wanted to thank y'all for listening for 15 minutes, and thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
Thank you
most
for
definitely.
inviting me. I'm glad
Woo,
I was
woo.
here.
He drove from where?
East near Channelview, basically.
Jesus, near
Yeah.
Channelview to come and hang out with us.
We're in the opposite direction.
Yeah,
I was glad.
and
I was glad I came.
I'm glad. See, anybody who knows anything about Houston, like literally the next town over is like 4 hours away. So thank you so
Very
much. We
large
really
city.
appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And so we are going to leave with our musical mantra.
Most definitely.
You're gonna try and sing it with us?
I'll try.
Do you remember how it goes?
So,
Spread joy, peace, and light, 'cause love wins.
Okay, we'll carry on.
Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Spread joy, peace, and light, 'cause love wins. You better. See,
and it even sounded like he harmonized.
Hello,
down.
hello.
I'm
See-
here for it.
I'm not a singer. Like,
harmonizing better.
y'all
than
have a
me.
good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace out, y'all.